Oh, hey, all, everybody. Welcome to this Melio Town Square. I'm your host, Brett Harrelson, and today we're going to be talking about thinking forward 2022. And what does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you. Here's up on the agenda. We're going to be talking about the Melio product. We're going to be talking about the Melio accounting product specifically. We're going to have some community updates, and then we're going to have a live Q&A. And who better to kick this off with than our Director of Product Management, Edon Cohen. Edon, my friend, welcome.
Hi, everybody. I'm very glad to be here.
So glad to have you, Edon. I mean, this is incredible. I know you've been cooking on making some amazing things. There's a lot we've done. There's a lot we want to show. Where do we start?
So, the journey that we've been through in the last 2 years is pretty amazing, especially with this group of our professionals. And we really want to share with you the journey that we've been together with you and what you should expect in our product in the upcoming months. So let's get it rolling.
Let's see. So it's you. Let's see. Where are you taking us?
All right. So we're gonna start by showing you a bit of what we've built, especially for you, and this is obviously just part of it. We've built a lot of things in the last 2 years in our product, but today we're gonna focus on our fast payment capabilities and our batch and partial payments, which on a high level, it focuses on the control of and the choice we give to you while you're using our product for accounts payable. So let's dive in. All right, so in terms of our fast payments capabilities, we have our fast check, which gives you the ability to send a check that will arrive to vendor within 3 business days. And not only it's a faster check, it's also being sent through FedEx, whether our normal checks are being sent through USPS. So it's a very reliable mechanism to send checks. And we're really happy to deliver that to you in the product and give you more flexibility to keep your cash flow positive.
Now, I know a lot of our professionals, and by the way, hi, everybody. People are checking in from Iowa, Ventura. I see you down there, Natalie, and hey, Susan. One thing, Edon, I get a lot of questions, and I'm curious, are businesses using this a lot, and really in what way are they utilizing fast checks?
So the nice thing about it is that immediately after we released it to users, we start seeing a very, very nice adoption, and we see a lot of businesses using this mechanism. It can be done for checks with a high amount, which you want a more reliable mail delivery service, or it can be in times where the business is a bit stressed with cash flow and they want to keep their money in their bank account for longer. And it also can be used in stress times, let's say holidays. We know that during holiday season, the USPS mail service is a bit slower than usual because it's very busy. So our users are using the FedEx service instead.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, let's move on. Fast ACH, so similar to Fast Check, we also gave you the possibility to send a same-day delivery ACH to vendors, and with only 1% fee for that transaction. So if it's not a big amount of money to deliver to the vendor, relatively it's not a big fee, and we see a huge adoption to that feature. By the way, usually before weekends, we see our professionals sending a fast ACH before weekend, so the money will be delivered to your vendor's bank account before weekend comes. And we were super happy to deliver this capability, which a lot of you use.
I've seen a lot of talk about this, Edon, and one question I'll ask you and just toss out here on behalf of the community. By the way, we do have a Q&A at the end, so if you have questions, drop them and I'll circle back. We have time for it. Is there a time cutoff for this? Can anybody schedule fast ACH?
So in terms of the cutoff, if you schedule the fast ACH before 11:30 a.m. EST, then it will be delivered at the same day. If it's done after that hour, it will be delivered the next day. And we communicate that within the product. So when you schedule a fast ACH, you will know if it's being delivered on the same day or the next day. And in terms of who can use it, so at this point, the fast ACH is exposed for eligible users. And we know we hear a lot of our professionals saying professionals saying that they want to use the Fast SEH, and unfortunately, eligible accounts only can use this feature. To get to eligibility criteria, users need to be more active in their Melio account, so we have more positive history to view over their account. And after that, we open the Fast SEH capability.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Right, moving on. Batch payments. So this is a very exciting feature. We listen to you over time, and for a long time, that was one of our top feature requests in Melio. And if you think about it, it connects to workflow that you usually work with. So we want to provide you a way to easily schedule payments in Melio. So if you have a lot of payments to schedule, instead of doing it one by one, you have now a capability to multi-select all the unpaid bills you want to schedule at that time and do it all in 2 clicks. So when we release it, we saw a lot of users use it, and it spares them a lot of time using our product and make the workflow super efficient for them.
Amazing.
And by the way, regarding that, we have some news to tell you about what's coming next, but you will have to wait for it for a few minutes. And partial payments, same as batch payments, also was a lot of time in our top list of feature requests. And we know for you, it's a workflow. You work with your clients or clients' vendors, and you wanted the capability to partially pay a bill, whether it's because you have a vendor credit with that vendor and you need to pay partially the bill, or you want to split it into 2 payments, no matter the reason. So I'm happy to say that a few months ago, we delivered that to you in the product, and we see really nice adoption for that.
Uh, I want to toss out a quick question from this one. I saw this submitted in the sign up form. Does this sync with QuickBooks?
So that's a very good question. One of the things that was really in the top of our mind is to make sure that partial payments will perfectly sync with QuickBooks, meaning that if you have a $1,000 bill that you set in QuickBooks and you want to pay it partially, let's say $2,250 in Melio, that we change the balance of the bill to be $750 after you pay the $250. We wanted to create one source of truth in Melio and in QBO of what is my current open balance for the bill, what did I pay till now, and both platforms will sync perfectly with that.
Amazing. There's some really good questions coming in. I see them. I'm going to circle back. I'm going to try to let Idan get through this as fast as possible, but I will be asking many of those. Okay. Sorry, Idan, back to you.
Great. So three, as a relatively medium or small features we deliver to you, but it's important for me to know that because during my journey, talking to you, our users, and understanding what you need, those three came up a lot, and I do want to point it out for the ones of you who don't know it. So we started with the first feature of getting the vendor's delivery method details up front. We heard you many times saying that you want to sync your client's account from QuickBooks to fetch all vendors to the Melio account, and you want to send them a request to fill out the delivery method details up front before you have a bill to pay them. And when we listened to you, we said this is amazing. Like the way you think of how your workforce should work in Melio it amazed us. And we say, okay, we're going to double down on that, and we're going to build you the capability to send the request to fill up the delivery method details up front. And not only that, we let you do that for multiple vendors at once. So if you think about the workflow you requested, you can sync your account for QuickBooks, you can fetch all the vendors, you can multi-select them, send all of them the request to fill up the details in one click, and get those details before you have the bill to pay, so you won't be late with your payment. And so I want to thank the community and our users for pointing that out. It was great to hear, and we were happy to deliver that. The second thing is the capability for you to export payments to a CSV form. So we started by letting you export all the payments that were processed in Melio, but recently, again, from your request, we also added the capability to export the scheduled payments, the one that weren't processed yet. And we see our users using this report for many use cases. We see users use that report to create their own reports, like to slice and dice and understand like how much they pay for this vendor or that vendor, to see what checks weren't deposited yet, or even to upload that to a different system to do their own analysis. So it's in the product, and you can use it. And the last feature, we heard it a lot from you that you want to control which emails you will get to your inbox and which emails your clients will get. And the interesting thing is that we learned a lot of your workflow and agreements with your client through that. We learned that some of you work with the clients in an agreement that you do all and your clients do nothing. We learned that some of you are having the opposite agreement, and this is why you want the flexibility of who gets what. And I'm happy to say that this is also now open to all of you in the product, and you can control exactly what you're going to get and what your client is going to get.
That's incredible. I know that was a feature request from, or a hot request from the community for sure. So amazing, Idan. Thank you.
All right. So what's coming next? Very exciting.
Drum roll.
And again, I thank you all for pointing all those stuff. We listen to you all the time. We build our roadmap according to your requests, and those are the upcomings. So we're gonna deliver you Bill's inbox, meaning each account in Melio is gonna get their own email address, so you can forward or your vendors can send invoices to that address, which will be automatically scanned and uploaded as bill to be paid in Melio. You only need you will only be required to review the details and send the payment to vendors. The second feature is adding more batch actions. I told you about the batch payments that we deliver to the product, which is a huge success. And again, we also listen to you and over your feedback. And soon we're going to add more actions to be batched, like batch approval of payments or batch delete of bills and batch mark as paid. So it's also going to be soon live in the product. And the third one is bulk payments. I think the first feature request we heard immediately after we released the batch payments was bulk payments capability. Currently, if you schedule 20 bills to be paid in batch payments, that will be out as 20 separate transactions. And the first feature request we heard from you to have the capability to bind a few bills or few payments, yes, few bills into one transaction. So let's say I multi-select 10 bills, all of them will be paid as one check with a total amount. So also have good news for that. That's in the works, and soon we're going to deliver that in the product.
That's incredible.
Thank you, Brett. And last but not least, as you know, today there are a lot of flexibility for consumers when they check out when they buy things online, to split their checkout amount into installments, also known as buy now pay later. And in the B2B world, it's not so common to have that, but we are happy to say that soon we're going to deliver that in our product as well. So you'll be able to deliver the money to your vendor at one time, but on the other hand, to split the payment into installments. In that way, you can keep your cash flow positive, and that's always in our mind, how we can help our users in their business to keep their cash flow.
So I know this is just so everybody knows where we are right now in this town square. We've just talked about the Melio core product with pay and some things that we've done and some things that's on the roadmap, but we haven't started yet with the accounting product. That's coming next. And by the way, there are some amazing questions coming. Natalie she's got some good ones, Idan. We're going to try to stump you, but I'll let you get it. So this is a great way now to segue into the accounting product here at Melio. So let's segue into that now, Idan.
Sure. So, let me just move the slide.
Next.
All right.
Well,
So, for accountants product, there were two main things we were focusing on. Always at the top of our mind is the QBO two-way sync. As much as it's a complicated product, it's complicated workflow, and we are dependent on a third-party software, it's always in our mind how we can improve the quality of the sync, how we can add more features for the sync, how we can add more attributes, how we can make the partial payments work great, how we can make bulk payments work great. So we always work on that product, and I'm happy to say we did a lot of progress in the last year, and we are keeping on adding stuff to the sync, and we really love you to to raise your voice and give us a request what's still missing for you so we can add it to our roadmap. The second thing we were focusing on is to have accountants focused products. We started with the client's dashboard, which gives you the visibility and the control of all of your clients in one place. And with the client's dashboard, you can see who from your team works on which client, what is the current status, to navigate easily and deep dive into to their AP or ARR account in Melio. And we always create improvements over there.
I'm curious. Just I'm asking this to our professionals. Anybody who's using the client dashboard? How many of y'all are using it? Just drop it in chat. I'm just curious. Go ahead, Edon.
Sure. We talked about the QuickBooks Online two-way sync, so I'm going to skip that. Team management, that is a feature actually that also came from our community. Accounting firms came to us and said, all right, so we have a client's dashboard, but we also want to manage our team, like our firm team. We want to add our employees. We want to control who works on what. We want to have to set approval workflows over our employees. So we added that recently, and we see our users use it very wisely in a very organized way, as we expected. So this is great. And our approval workflow. So in our product, one of the first features we added for accountants, especially for accountants, is to set an approval workflow over payments. So that means for let's say for a specific client, you can say below $1,000 payment, it will be automatically scheduled. Above $1,000 payment, my client, the business owner, needs to approve the payment before it goes out. So we added that to the product, and it's live. But the good news here is that it's in the top of our mind to keep on improving and add more capabilities to the approval workflow, to add multi-level approvals, multi-layers of approvers, to have bill approvals. So it's in our mind and it's in our roadmap, and it's going to come.
Now, I know the next part will be a drum roll, but before, I really think now is a great time to ask a question from Natalie, because I know this is a revealer on the next slide. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this question in. Natalie wants to know, does Melio plan to expand integration with other accounting systems? So we'll cue that up for you, Edon. That one's queued for you.
So we have very good news here. Very, very soon, we're going to release a zero integration, a two-way integration for AP and AR, which makes us very happy, because we hear a lot of our firms saying we have most of our clients are QBO users, but we have some clients that are zero users. And we want, more than everything, we wanted to give our users the capability to have all their clients in one place, all the clients in Melio, and to not navigate between zero and Melio. So that's coming very soon. And QBDT Sync currently exists in our product for AR only, but we're also working now on adding it to the AP side. So for us, it makes us very happy that we managed to deliver those capabilities to our users. And in the future, we're going to have some more to our portfolio of the sync. But for now, we want to focus on those two, because those were brought up from you, our users, as top requests. And other than that, I would say like a quick win we can give our users is the capability to add multiple clients in batch. We hear you from time to time saying that now that after you tried Melio and you're happy with it, you want to add all your clients in one time, tens of clients in one time, instead of adding it one by one. So we listened, and we are now in development of this flow, and give you the capability to add multiple clients in one time, And the great news here is that we also have a nice surprise. Not only you will be able to edit using a CSV, we are also adding a capability for you to fetch all your clients using the connection to QuickBooks Online for accountants. So those good two capabilities are coming next, and it makes us very happy. We able to deliver you workflows which will make your work over Melio easier and faster.
That's incredible, Idan. These are all extremely exciting updates. I'm super excited. Our community is supercharged, and I want to take this quick opportunity to segue into the before we get to the QA, which is coming right after this. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in our professional community, and I want to talk a little bit on our social. So Idan, give me just a second. We'll come back to that. So I want to talk real quick about what's going on. And if you guys are not a part of our Facebook community, you've got to get in here. It's about sharing knowledge, networking, and growing. It's on Facebook. Join. I can't wait to see you there. And that's a great place for us to reach out to Idan and to have product conversations. And we often have feature requests, and your requests end up becoming Idan's roadmap. So that's super exciting. But let's jump into the social, and I'm gonna add. We can't talk about social if we don't have Margot. And y'all don't know Margot yet, but Margot is leading the social team at Melio. Hello, Margot.
Hello, how's it going?
It's amazing. We just had an amazing feature launch. We've talked about some new integrations that are happening. So there's a lot happening here. So Margot,
Yeah,
tell us what's going on with Melio Social, what your plan is, and how people can be involved.
I'd be happy to. Thank you.
And
So it's great
welcome.
to have everyone here, and we're really excited to share some of the upcoming campaigns that we're going to be running on Melio's social channels. So obviously the goal of any social channels are to build brand awareness. But for us at Melio, it's even more important for us to showcase professionals like all of you who are tuning in right now, your clients, to really give you guys a chance to promote your businesses through our network. And we're really looking forward as we look forward into 2022 to hello, Natalie, nice to meet you, to promote you on social as well. So we're really excited to connect there. Another exciting opportunity that we have coming up, we are going to be around mid-July announcing something very exciting. I will give you guys a little bit of a teaser now, but we are offering small businesses a chance to win a billboard around the holiday shopping season, some outdoor ads, some out-of-home ads, which we will be creating for you on your behalf. And we're even going to send professional photographers to local businesses in order to capture the footage that will be featured on the billboards and ads. We're also going to be running a really exciting back to school series to help professionals and small business owners understand what maybe some basics are of their businesses. And that's when we're going to be relying on professionals like you to collab, to really help our community and to share that information with them. So we're really excited to hopefully collab with some of you who are watching this right now.
I
And
think that's great, by the way. I just want to point out, I think it's awesome. And what's so great about our professionals community is that when we do these campaigns, Margot, it's so important for them to plug their amazing businesses that they represent in so we can get behind them. That's the synergy here. I love this. I absolutely love it. And so does Michelle, by the way.
thank you. I love it too. The best part of my job is getting to help people promote their businesses and to showcase them. It really gets us excited. So we're really looking forward to more of that. If you are interested, be sure and join the Facebook community that Brett had mentioned earlier. All the information is down in the description. You can reach out to us there, connect with us, connect with me, and we want to showcase your business. We want to do collaborations. If you know an amazing small business that just the world needs to see, or perhaps you have some professional advice to give to small business owners or to people like your clients who you serve, please help. We want to help you and use our network to help do that. So we're excited to connect with you. So definitely check out the community where we can make this all happen.
Incredible.
Thank you.
So, did we want to have a Q&A here in just a second? I mean, I feel like we have some questions. Is now a good time? Idan, I'm going to bring you back. Margot, I'm going to leave you here in case someone has a question around social, how they can get involved or anything like that. Now, there were a few that were asked here. There were also a few that were submitted in, and I'm going to try to rapid fire these for the next few minutes. So let's go really, really fast. So I've seen this one a lot, Edon, and I know the answer, but sometimes it's better to hear it from the horse's mouth, as we say in the South. The question is, can Melio be used with personal bank accounts?
So as of now, Melio compliance and permissions are for B2B payments, meaning that it cannot be used for personal account, nor to send money to a person which is not a business. And I'm not talking about contractors, and I'm talking about like individuals. So as of now, the compliance for under which we are obligated to, it does not allow us that.
Understood. And that would explain why I think people who are using personal checking accounts have an intermittent experience. It's not, I mean, and that makes complete sense. So thanks for the question. I'm going to jump in. Here's a great one that Natalie asked earlier, and it's regarding permissions in the platform versus using permissions inside of QuickBooks. How does the permission set on our platform, how does that transfer over? That's a question for you, Edon. It's a tough one.
Great question, by the way. So in terms of setting the permissions, it must be set in Melio, melio.com. So you go into the account, you set the permissions, but once it's set, we see as our solution in melio.com and inside QuickBooks as one system, as one account. So once you set payments approvals in melio.com, it will be also set in our solution inside QBO, meaning payments that will be scheduled through our product in QBO will be under the approval workflows that were set inside melio.com.
Amazing. Great question. I love that. I told you, Natalie had a bunch. So I've got one that I kind of want to ask here. It's a pretty good one. I mean, it's a really good one, Edon, but it's a wild card at you. I'm gonna let you handle it. Natalie wants to know another one. Does Melio have an app on its roadmap, something that would maybe allow approvers the ability to approve bills while traveling or access other functionality of Melio?
That's a fair question and a very reasonable workflow to ask. So first, I want to point out that I would say 95% of the features that are in our desktop version are also available in our mobile web version, meaning you can go into your mobile browser, no matter if it's Safari or Chrome, and you can log in into your Melio account and you can do everything. So in terms of payments approval, so business owners can approve it through our mobile web solution. But besides that, I also have good news that our team is working over a mobile app version. I do not have like an accurate timeline I can share when it's going to be launched, but that's in the works.
So that is on the roadmap. That was a good question, and we got a sneak peek. Edon gave us a sneak peek, and we love sneak peeks. So another question. Karen submitted this, but I think we really solved this with some of the things that you were talking about coming. But I'm going to ask it if you want to reiterate. Are there any plans to offer faster payment speeds and more flexibility on paying? So I think we really touched on that, Edon, but I mean, if you just want to recap that real quick, it was a good question.
Sure. So we talked about the fast ACH capability. We talked about the fast check, which instead of 5 business days using USPS, you can set it using 3 business days by FedEx. And we also talked about the upcoming option to set installments. So the money will be delivered to the vendor. It can be also, by the way, same day, but you will pay in installments. But other than that, we're always working and trying to create new partnerships over check tiers, and so that can be a tier for you to send a faster check, but it's not as costly as our current fast check. It can be just to apply tracking. So we are working with partners to create different tiers, and once we have something to share, we will share with our users for sure.
Incredible. So I think we've cycled through this. Let's keep this conversation going. Any questions that any of our professionals here that you want to participate with, Come in. We'll be in the Facebook community. Come and drop your questions. I can't wait to continue having this conversation. Idan, huge thanks. Thank you for all the things you work on, and thank you for listening to our amazing community. And Margot, thanks for connecting and being an amplifier for what they're doing and the businesses they're changing and what their businesses are doing to change the world. So it's incredible.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, y'all. Look, this concludes it. Let's keep the conversation going. I will see you each in the community. And until next time, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.